And so it's lockdown movie season, and you're going to get another quick shot review. So what have I been watching during lockdown? And by the time you see this video, we're probably going to be out of lockdown or back in a second spike and in lockdown once again. I have decided, I've taken it upon myself to go through the Conjuring universe in chronological order. Now, I searched the internet quite extensively to find out what that order would be, and to varying degrees, but having watched the films, I think that I got it ever so slightly wrong. So I'm going to go through the order that I watched it in, and then I'm going to do the first review. I'm going for The Nun, which I've got down as 1952. And then we move on to Annabelle Creation, which I've got down as 1955. Annabelle, which is 1967. Incidentally, Annabelle Creation, I'm not going to be doing a new review for that because I've already done a review on my main channel, and I'll just re-upload that one. And it does have one of the best ratings of all of the Conjuring universe movies. We get Annabelle, which I've got down as 1967. Then we've got, just a second, Annabelle Comes Home, 1968. And then we go on to The Conjuring, which I've got as 1971. And now this is where I think I've got it ever so slightly wrong, because I think I should have done The Conjuring before Annabelle Comes Home. We then go on to The Curse of La 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 Bumba, or The Curse of La Llorona, as it would be called, which I don't really care because it's a rubbish movie. Bear with me. Tablets being rubbish. And then we go on to The Conjuring 2, which The Curse of La Llorona I've got down as 1973, and The Conjuring 2 I've got down as 1976. So we're going to go right back to the beginning of that list and talk about The Nun. There's not much to say about The Nun. It's boring, it's rubbish, and it borrows too heavily on everything else and doesn't do it quite as well as other films of its kind. It's got a 26% Rotten Tomatoes rating, and it was released in 2018. It's directed by Corin Hardy and written by Gary Dauberman, who wrote quite a few of the Conjuring universe screenplays after James Wan left. So it features a young nun, and she takes her own life at the beginning. It's a shocking start, and a priest is sent to investigate. Why? Why would the Vatican all of a sudden go, "Oh yeah, you priest, go and investigate that random suicide"? It just wouldn't happen. It's stupid. You'll see me get very angry about this film. It uncovers an unholy secret in a Romanian abbey. Of course, it's in Romania, and it features a set of nuns, because it's called The Nun. But I am going to spoil this one for you because it's such an awful movie. Tessa Farmiga plays Sister Irene of American Horror Story fame. You might remember her. Damien Beecher plays Father Burke. Bonnie Aarons plays the Demon Nun. Oh dear. Talk about a career going down the toilet before it's even started. Why would you ever release this film? It had an interesting premise, it had an interesting idea, it was just not done well. Terrible film. Charlotte Hope plays Sister Victoria. Jonas Bouquet plays Frenchie. They couldn't even think of a name for him. He's French, he speaks French, so let's call him Frenchie. Yes, that's a great name for a character. These people are going to care about Frenchie. No, we're not. And throughout the whole film, They just take the audience and slap them in the face repeatedly with stupid jump scares and stupid plot lines. Like, at one point, one of them gets buried alive, but they have to explain it first. Oh, why are the bells there? Well, that's just in case someone gets buried alive accidentally, and then all of a sudden the bell's ringing. I mean, I think we could have probably worked that out. Yeah? And you know, the nun, she gets defeated with a Pokeball. A Pokeball full of blood. Apparently the blood of Christ. A Pokeball. She gets defeated by a Pokeball. Right. Now to get to my thoughts on this film. It does boast some reasonable acting throughout this film, but over-reliance on jump scares and lack of tension building makes this film just boring. Boring, boring, boring. You think a scary nun that's possessed by a demon, you know, a nun, she's been sworn into the family of God, she take a vow of celibacy, and she gets taken over by this evil demon that can go through that and possess this nun. It's not scary. It's just things like this. That's not scary. It's stupid. Right. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Right. My final thoughts on this film, you've heard those, and my final rating for this film is a loud noise out of a ringing bell. Both are unwelcome, both are not scary, and both are really dumb. So, that is The Nun. We have several more of these films to go. Buckle your seatbelts, because we're going to go through all of them right here on the movie channel known as Quick Shot Reviews. For Cheap Shot Entertainment, I've been your host Luke, you are the Cheap Shot Nation, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.